this image, like everything is perfect, like everything is working, but I know it ain't worth it, cause I just keep on hurting. Behind all of these curtains, sometimes I feel deserted, and no one even knows, cause I won't let it show. At times I feel alone, and there's nowhere to go. I am a king without a throne. I wear the crown but have no home. I feel like I'm dying. The more I keep trying, I keep on giving, but I'm not living. I'm only human. Please forgive me if I've lost you, but I gotta find myself again. The heartache, the worry of what others are thinking. Will they say I'm not praying, or am I losing faith in my marriage, my ministry, myself and my family? Cause if I tell the truth, I could lose everything. And sometimes I don't care, cause I'd rather be free. Is this the price I pay for giving all of me? Put my life on the line, put my dreams all aside, gave you all of my time, never put up a fight. The more I keep trying, I keep on giving, but I'm not living. I'm only human. Please forgive me if I've lost you. I find myself beneath the surface, more than what you see. Beneath the surface, sometimes hurt when smiling. Beneath the surface, when my faith is lagging. Beneath the surface, that's where I will be. Beneath the surface, oh God, come and find me. Beneath the surface, only you can reach me. Beneath the surface, I need a healing. Beneath the surface, oh, I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Only you can heal me. Only you can touch me. Here's my heart. Here's my life. Take the pain. Take the strife. I don't want it if it's not like you. Lord, I just wanna be more like you. The more I keep trying, I keep on giving, but I'm not living. I'm only human. Please forgive me if I've lost you. I gotta find myself again. I come for you. Humbly I bow down. We need the surface. We need the surface. You can reach me. Mm.
You know, I got something to say.
You
It's
can
the name
reach
there, Frank
me.
T. I am your host of this show called I Got Something to Say. And today we have our guest back again, Kayla. And Kayla is going to continue to tell us her journey back to her smile, getting her smile back, and super excited. This is like the new version, the Native American version of how Kayla got her groove back. And that's Kayla getting her smile back. Right, Kayla?
That's right. Trying.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna kind of let you kind of like tell us how everything's going. Let us know what's going on, and we'll just have this conversation to let people know what's going on. First, really quick, tell everybody what the journey's all about really quick, and then let's dive into the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. So this whole journey is about really just finding out who I am and, just just really trying to learn how to be content with myself. So, for those of you who don't know, most of you probably don't, but I'm currently separated, and I have just been going through a time for a while of this, emotional abuse and mental abuse and all kinds of different things, and forgetting who I am and just, having to define who I am. So this journey is all about rediscovering who I am, what I like to do, and just really delving into who I am in God. There's, it's one thing to know who you are, but it's another thing to actually believe who God says that you are. So this journey is about getting my style back, getting my mind back in order, getting, my literal smile back in order, and then physically getting back in order too as well. Just, exercising and eating right. So, yeah, getting my smile back one day at a time.
One day at a time. Now, one of the things, that's good, one day at a time. So one of the things that, can you hear me good? You can hear me good, right?
Yep.
All right, so one of the things that I guess I kind of want to address, and I think that you can speak on this, but you can take this any way you want to take on it. One of the things that when you have a gift or a talent in the church or outside the church, a lot of times people don't accept what you're going through. And sometimes going through all this stuff, it is sun, you got to deal with change, you got to deal with different emotions, you got to deal with family, you got to deal with everything. And sometimes there's a pressure, sometimes you have to put a face on in front of everyone. But here's the deal. Here's what I like about this journey is that you're able to express and tell people what you've been through and what you're going through. And I think this is healing for you, but also it's going to be some healing for other people who are listening in this conversation, because I think that some people wish they could do this and they don't have the support to back them up and help them out. I just wanted to tell you, Kayla, I'm super proud of you, and I'm here with you on this journey. I'm super excited that you're doing this with me, and we can do this journey together, because I really, really am praying and believing that you got to get your smile back 100%. So, with that being said, Kayla, where do you want to go with this? What do you
Well, yes. It's so awesome to have your support, Frank, on this journey. It is definitely a roller coaster, and for those of you who think it's, this is easy, it's really not. So come along on this journey with me, because it has lots of ups and downs. It's going to have ups and downs. It's a struggle. I'm not going to lie. It sucks. Probably why I haven't done it sooner. It sucks. But you got to start somewhere. So this past week was really my first week of just beginning this journey. And God has really been dealing with me about forgiveness. Like that's the first step into healing. And you would think that's like the last step, but God has really been dealing with me on forgiveness. And really forgiveness of the person. Because I don't know about you, Frank, but I feel like a lot of times we forgive the situation that happens to us, but we don't forgive the person that does it, And really, so what we do is we try to heal from, we try to say that we've forgiven the situation. And so we think we're healed, but we're really not even close to healing because we haven't forgiven that person that has done that thing to us. And really, if you really think about it, forgiveness is all about forgiving the person. It's not even forgiving the situation, because without the person who's done something to you or things like that, there would be no reason for forgiveness. The situation wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for someone who is living, So God is really dealing with me about that being the first step to healing, which really sounds funny, but just to ask for forgiveness. Okay, God, this happened. Like, the whole bunch of stuff happened. This person put me through all kinds of stuff, but I forgive them for this. Now I can begin my journey. So that's really where this started. And, because I think I felt, like beforehand, I feel like I'm getting somewhere, but, you see that person and, like, wow, but they did this to me. So, you think you're forgiving somebody, but you're really not. You forgave the situation. So that way, that means every time you see that same person, those feelings come back up, and now you go back to day one. I remember when he or she did this, and the next day they did this, and does that make sense? Like, so God has really been dealing with me about beginning the healing process by for forgiveness. It's just asking for forgiveness for that person, and not the situation itself. That's where the healing begins. But that makes sense.
That makes sense. I think that, I shared my story on the podcast before as far as, God deals with me about forgiving people. I think that one of the things that I want to say is when forgiving someone that has harmed you or did you wrong, a lot of times you're too weak to actually forgive that person. If you really think about if they did all this stuff to you mentally, emotionally, and all that stuff like that, you got to think, like, is it in you to actually forgive that person? Do you have the strength? Do you really have the strength? Or is it hard? That's the question I'm asking now. Is it hard to, and have you completely forgave that person as of now? Are you saying, hey, I'm still working on it, I'm asking God to help me too?
No, forgiveness is a process. I'll probably be on it for a little bit, but no, it's hard, and especially when you experience any kind of abuse, or you are weak, and that's probably to me, the biggest hurdle is forgiveness, because all you want to do is think about all that you've been put through, because if you think about all of that, you justify your continuous anger, your bitterness towards the situation. And, I could be a man hater all my life, but I know that's not what God has for me, So you have to find the want to forgive. There is a point. Can you do it? Yes. Is it hard? Absolutely. But you have to find that want to do it. And it's taken me years now. It's taken me a few years to even have that want to forgive. And so, yeah, it sucks, and it's a process, but, that's one of the biggest hurdles to get through in this healing process and to get my small back. I have to ask for, I have to forgive. And it's, with different people, all, people who have let me down, between family and church and friends, just, anything that, and people, don't even know that they've, done something, wrong, or not that they've necessarily done something wrong, but it's affected me in a different way. You have to look at all of that and begin that process, and it's not easy at all, but you have to find that want to, you have to say to yourself, God, there has to be something more. I can't hold all of this bitterness. I can't hold all of this anger towards this person all of my life. It's not, you have more for me. So you have to find that, okay, God, I want more, so I have to start dealing with the issues head first. I have to start dealing with the people head first.
Exactly.
So,
the first thing you can't go around the mountain. You can't close your eyes and hope the mountain goes. You're going to have to deal with that mountain. You're going to have to.
Yeah, you have to deal with it.
You have to deal with it. As much as you might not want to, the healthy thing for you to do, or anyone to do, is actually deal with the mountain and not go around it. I just, I'm not, it's a journey to your smile, but I know, when I going through a situation I went through, I know that God wasn't moving this mountain. This is a mountain I had to go through. And it took me a good year to forgive them jokers, and then sometimes I gotta go back and read the manual again about forgiveness, because sometimes I have those thoughts like, I ain't gonna lie, man, something would have happened to him, you know what I'm saying? I'll be over there with a smile on my face. And I ask God to help me through that time. So, forgiveness is a big deal. I think the process, just to address the process, that thing that you want to forgive, to me, is a huge step, because some people don't have it in them at all. And even though you want it, we're not forgiving. They're like, we're not forgiving no one. And definitely you can say that you are. It's a big deal. It's a big, huge step. So continue to push on that forgiveness. Now, one of the things that you mentioned to me, because we talked, so you mentioned to me, and I kind of, if you want to, I want to ask you to share the encouragement piece that you've been reading, books that you've been reading. And the reason why I asked you to share that is because along the way, as you finding your smile, I feel like God is endorsing you while you're doing this. And so God drops in this book, and it's been blessing me. Like I was like super encouraged, So for those who don't know, me and Kayla are really good friends, actually. And Kayla has been texting me nonstop about the book, and I'm like, what is this? Like she might have rewrote the book, the revised revised book, whatever you call it, and revision of it. But anyway, she just kept on writing, texting me about this book, and share with us really quick. What's the name of the book? One, give a shout out to the author really quick, and then share some things that you really felt like, if you're comfortable sharing some things that really kind of bless you from this book thus far.
Yes, oh goodness. So, God is so good, and He really, He just helps to confirm things, and He really knows what you need. So, gosh, how Facebook just, you're thinking stuff in your mind, and then Facebook just happens to be like reading your mind. All these weird things happen. But I was scrolling through Facebook last week, and the suggestion came up for this audio book, and I was like, hey, it's free. I'm gonna read it, because anything for free, I'm all about it. But it's called, yes, okay. So I was like, I'm gonna do it, right? So, but the book is called When Loving Him is Hurting You, and it's by Dr. David Hawkins. And man, this is a book to read, and it's really been ministering to me. And it just really talks about abuse and just different situations, and just really how to understand how you're affected by it and how to get through it. And he, Dr. David Hawkins is a marriage counselor as well, and he believes in teen marriage all the way. It's an awesome book, but it's really self-help, and every sentence that I read has been just on point, and it's, it's like, wow, it's things that I couldn't articulate about my situation. When you don't go, you're not always able to tell people who don't understand what you're going through, how you're feeling. So, you're just talking about, really the hope that you have. And so one thing in talking about forgiveness, one thing that he brings out is, and that really spoke to me, if we back it up a little bit, in order to even get to that place of forgiveness, you have to admit to yourself that you've been hurt in the first place, that you're broken in the first place. And that's something major too. Like that's a whole different ball game. But in order to forgive somebody, you have to say they hurt me, or I'm broken, because of this. And like that's a big step, because for so long, I know for me, like I try to, play this perfect and everything's okay, and I'm like this great mom and this great wife, and I'm going to go preach, lead worship, and do anything that you ask me in ministry. You know, if you need a word, I got you. You know, if you need me to pray, I got you. But just constantly being drained because really on the inside, I'm hurt and I'm broken, but I can't even admit that to myself. Because if I admit that to myself, then I have to say, well, then there comes that whole forgiveness piece and going through that whole ordeal. So as long as you act like nothing's wrong, and it's like, you're good. You know, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to forgive anybody. You don't have to deal with stuff because you're good. So that's one of the things that Dr. David Hawkins brings out in his book. But she brings out a lot of stuff and tells you everything is amazing. But to start there, even before forgiveness, you have to admit to yourself that you're hurt, that you're broken. And, wow, like, that is tough. It's tough to say, like, and you know you're not perfect, but to say that you have to deal with stuff and there's issues that you have to deal with, that's hard. Mm-hmm. Hard to admit to yourself. And then you also, on the other end, you feel a lot of shame because of it, you know? Like, you feel like you're letting people down if you have stuff to deal with because you're supposed to be this perfect person. So it's like, you know, this trifold of things, you know?
Yeah.
So him just talking about that, like that's so big, having to admit to yourself that you're hurt and you're broken, and now you have to begin this process of healing. So this book really, again, it's called When Love Is In That's Hurting You by Dr. David Hawkins, but it's really been ministering to me. And so I downloaded that free audio book, but within a couple of hours of listening, I was like, I got to get a hard copy. Just, you know, I got to take notes. This is so good. But I mean, it really just helps to explain. You know, I just feel like I wish I could get everybody a book and be like, hey guys, this is how I feel. And this is what I can't say, but this is how I feel. And it really helps too that, you know, it helped me, like God knew that I felt like I was crazy, like the things that I was feeling or, you know, the things that I was going through, I felt like I was alone. I really did. And I felt like maybe I was making this stuff up, but, you know, after reading this, God is so good because, you know, wow, for free, he got me. He's like, hey, it's something free, Kayla. So I was really in. Got me. So, wow. It's just an amazing book, and I don't know, every single word, which, you know, I've been texting you about everything, but, God is amazing. It really outlines a guide to healing, you know. It really makes you feel like you're not. I feel a whole lot less crazy now on my part, and it just gives me a hope, like, hey, you know, this isn't easy. Just getting my smile back isn't easy. Understanding who I am is not easy, but there's a hope. And so, yeah, this book has really been ministering to me, and I've already read through it once. I'm reading through it again this week. So it's awesome. It's awesome. And you should read it too, Frank. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see what happens. I know what you want to say. But, you know, going through this process, I think that the biggest thing is that you believe there's hope at the very end of this, and that's your smile. And there are people who are listening to this and will listen to this. And I encourage you, when you listen to this, please share, comment, private message somebody to listen to this comment, and please feel free to message myself or Kayla if you just need some help and just want to talk to somebody. We'll definitely talk to you. But as you're going through this, I just want to encourage you. There is hope, and that you're valued, and then you can have your smile back too. So some people might not have the support system that you have, Kayla. I believe you have an extremely great set of great family that is around you. You have great friends like me, and Oh, it's too long, hold on, I want you to do me a favor because this is whoever listening. You know, you're our family. You're our family. You are our family, and we care about you. No one told you in a while. I say that at the end of every show, I love you, and thank you for listening and all that. But I really love you. You're part of our family. But Kayla, I want you to give them encouragement. I know that you're giving your smile back. To give somebody some encouragement that isn't where you are right now, because you've come a long way since then. I know you're saying you're starting your journey, but you've come a long way. Yeah. So I mean, I can name a couple of things and that prove that you've come along, but you've come a long way. But give somebody one or two things just to encourage them to move forward.
So yeah, absolutely. So I do have, I'll say this first, I do have an awesome support system. And I'm so grateful for you, Frank, and everybody else that's helped me along the way and that continues to help me. But for those of you who don't have support, there's one thing that, you know, if you're going through any type of emotional abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, really anything, if you just feel, you know, depressed and things like that, just know that there is hope. And Jesus is our hope, really. And if you need someone to talk to, hey, I'm here. Like, I've been through some things. I'm here. So if you don't have anybody, reach out to me. I'll be glad to speak with you in person because you do need that support system. And the worst thing that you can do is feel like, or the worst thing that can happen is that you feel like you're alone and you have no one to talk to. And that's exactly what the devil wants you to think. But no, that's not the truth. You can talk to, if you don't have anybody else, you can talk to me. But you have to just find that want to help yourself. I'll share with y'all, for so long, I'm still at that point where I felt like I'm not enough in anything that I do. Man defines who she is and that she has to believe that. I want her to believe that she is all that God said that she is. For me, being in that place where I feel like I'm not enough, every night, she's with me. We go to bed with affirmations and reminding her, and, she's only one, but she smiles and smiles when we say this, and I'll say, Hannah, her name is Hannah Mercy, guys. So I'll say, Hannah, do you know that you are a child of God? And she always starts with no, but then she always says yes with this big smile. I just go down the list to just encourage her and just tell her, Hannah, you are chosen. You are of a royal priesthood. You are beautiful. You are intelligent. And it may sound crazy, but, just encouraging her really is beginning to help me to encourage myself. But really, if anybody has, if you need help, you feel like you're alone, you're not alone, call me, message me, hit me up on Instagram, any kind of social media, whatever, and I will be there. And just know that there's hope and you are more than worth it. God saw that you are more, you are worth saving. And just know that. Just know that you are, your price is far above rubies, far above rubies. And just know you're worth it. If nobody else thinks you're worth it, know that God thinks you're worth it. I know that you're worth it, and you can reach out. So feel free to do so on any kind of social media. You can message me, and I will be glad to help you. If you would like to start this journey, just know that you're worth it and that you can do it, and you just got to find that want to. And if you need help, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. And
you can do it. It's not easy, but you can do it. It sucks. Like I said, it sucks, but you can do it. We can do it together.
we do it together.
We can do it together.
Awesome. It's encouraging that just to even hear you talk, like just to encourage other people. I know it took you, it's taking you to get to this. It takes a lot for you to get to where you are right now. And, again, I'm extremely proud of you to getting to this spot. There's much more to gain. You would think that, through all of this you lost, but you really didn't lose. You only lost something you didn't learn from it.
Yeah.
And so, as, we go through this journey, I thank God for the opportunity for you to learn, that you're learning how to forgive. And therefore, this is not a lose. You didn't lose. You're just learning how to forgive. You're learning so you can be stronger. You won't get in this position again, I bet you that much.
Oh, no, and if I do, that's my own fault.
Yeah, you won't do that again. And, there might be people who listen there, they feel like they've been in that, they've gotten to this situation again. I'm asking you to learn from your mistakes, learn from the things that have got you in that position, so you don't end up in that position again. So, Kayla's a strong woman. She's a strong, powerful woman, and she's a great mom. She's a great person. She's a great friend. She's very, very sarcastic, and you know what? It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful relationship that she has. Her family has been great to my family, and this is something that she deserves. You deserve your smile. You deserve to have, joy and happiness. Some people say I don't deserve it, but the fact of the matter is that God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, down to pay the price for our sins. And whether you believe it or not, your smile is tied up to all of that. He said, I did this for you so you can have your smile. That was the message you kind of said tonight. And I really, really want to encourage people to let you understand this. Listen to me. You deserve to have a smile. Don't let no one take your smile away from you. Don't let any situation take your smile from you. Fight for your smile. Find that fight again. Find it again. Every tear you cried, I pray that God will allow those tears to water your heart with joy. For every hardship, I pray God will allow you to be able to have days of laughter. For every hardship, every day of hardship, you have days of laughter that will follow. Because even though you find your smile back, it's impossible that you won't have another hard day, because you will have another hard day. But you won't hold on to it like you used to. You won't hold on to these things like you used to.
Yeah, and part of it is understanding that a hard day is not a hard life.
That's it.
Understanding that, one bad day does not equal a bad life. And, just to kind of expound on what you said, this book talks about too, Dr. David Hawkins, he's also a Christian. But he talks about too, Jesus didn't create us to be miserable. So if we ever find ourselves in that situation, or we find our lives just in a constant miserable state, we're not in God's will. We're not doing what God has asked us to do. We're not being who God has created us to be. He didn't say we were fearfully and wonderfully made in misery. He didn't say that. He thought that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's it. So He didn't create us to be miserable. We have to, a lot of times I feel like we think that we have to be miserable. We have to walk around depressed, but we don't. God did not create us to be like that. And who would want to live if that's all we were created to be? We were depressed and anxious all the time. So that's one thing you point out too, we're not created, Jesus did not create us to be miserable at all. So we have to understand that and come out of that misery and come into who we really are.
Good. That's good.
But yeah, a bad day is not a bad life. So there's definitely going to be some bad days, but it doesn't mean it's a bad life. Yeah.
That's good. Good talk. That's good talk. I like that. Good, good. Okay. Kayla, is there anything else you want to share before we end the show this time?
No, y'all just come follow me, get my smile back.
Okay, share it, because you offered that to do this journey with people. Do me a favor, share your social media one time.
Okay, so you can guys can find me on Facebook. My name is Kayla Atkins with a D, Locklear. You can feel free to message me. I would be glad to respond. You can also find me on Instagram. Frank just told me I have to change my name to like that for life. But no, you can find me on Instagram at Kayla, that's Kayla _ Get Her Smile. So hopefully that's simple enough that you can hit me up on either of those, and I will be glad to respond. So you just know that you're not in this alone. You weren't created to be miserable, and we can do this journey together.
Cool. If you hit me up, it's all social media is this. It's FALEEJR@gmail.com. Do me a favor on Facebook, IGSS. You can do hashtag IGSS. That's our show. Go like our page. Go share our page. Share this story. Tag someone in this story, and let people know about this journey that we're going through. Again, hashtag IGSS or IGSSDNV, I believe. You can go and share this and go listen to this even more. And so thank you so much you guys listen to the show. Kayla, I love you so much. And if no one's told you before, I want to tell you all who's listening, I love you. Kayla, you love them too?
I love y'all. Love you.
Yeah, we love you. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. This is the show called I Got Something to Say. When I say you better listen up. This is The Journey with Kayla. Thank you so much. You guys have a great one. God bless.
This image, like everything is perfect, like everything is working, but I know it ain't worth it, cause I just keep on hurting behind all of these curtains. Sometimes I feel deserted and no one even knows, cause I won't let it show. At times I feel alone and there's nowhere to go. I am a king without a throne. I wear the crown but have no home. I'm dying, the more I keep trying, I keep on giving, but I'm not living, I'm only human, please forgive me if I've lost you, but I gotta find myself again. The heartache, the worry of what others are thinking, will they say I'm not praying, or am I losing faith in my marriage, my ministry, myself and my family? Cause if I tell the truth, I could lose everything. And sometimes I don't care, cause I'd rather be free. Is this the price I pay for giving all of me? Put my life on the line, put my dreams all aside, gave you all of my time, never put up a fight. The more I keep trying, I keep on giving, but I'm not living, I'm only human, please forgive me if I've lost you. sometimes hurt when smiling. You need to serve this. When my faith is lagging, you need to serve this. That's where I will be hiding. You need to serve this. Oh God, come and find me. You need to serve this. Only you can reach me. You need to serve this. I need a healing. You need to serve this. Oh, I just wanna be free. Oh, wanna be free. I wanna be free. Only you can heal me. Only you can touch me. Here's my heart. Here's my life. Take the pain. Take the strife. I don't want it if it's not like you. Lord, I just wanna be more like you. The more I keep trying, I keep on giving, but I'm not living. I'm only human. Please forgive me if I'm lost you. I gotta find myself in here. I come for you.
Be up on the rain, we're coming strong. Got it a lot of things, I call it home.
Sit back, relax, the new here, nuclear, blast off, the future, mask off, premium, someone turn that gas off, turn your raps off, yeah, no chance, a talk and a chance with a pad off. 2017 was the year of the juice this year, kiss a homie with the mask off, drunk with the flow, yeah, mad dog, where you mad dog, maybe if you rap more, and got off the internet and mad blogs, then shoot, we can actually chat more, rap game is, looking kinda lazy, getting a whole lot of fighting trouble before you get rabies, I'ma see 180, tell Frank, you ain't even gotta pay me, oh yeah, it's Mark J, baby, I'm back.
Be up on the rain, we're coming strong. Got it a lot of things, I call it home. I'm tired of the fake, don't throw it down. Now we're running now.
What more can I do? What more can I say? Just to take the Sully manner if you're on the other side, 28. Catch me on that Sully Road or 66 to Interstate. This is where we get it out the mud. If not, then get up out of face. Yeah, beat up, we're scared to come slow. This the city we from. Gotta show the city love. Yeah, slapping on